Yeah, you know what it is. Episode 3, your homie D Royale. Real Spit With Royale. This is a special edition too. All right, real quick before we get into it, I got to shout out my family, FM recording family. We're recording right here inside Canal Street Radio. I got a first timer on the show, and this right here is an honor. My first guest, I couldn't have picked a better first guest. All right, to keep it extra funky with you.
Cut it out.
I couldn't have picked a better first guest. I got my guy Boogs in the building. What up, though?
What up, bro?
That's real, yo. First and foremost, thank you for coming through. And also, you know, one of the things that I want to do is hold up. Let me get this right. Is yours too low?
No.
Are you good? Okay.
Oh, my headphones. Yeah, give me headphones.
You want headphones?
Yeah.
Shoot, all right.
Oh, I'm bugging.
Yeah.
There it is.
Good?
Oh, okay.
All right.
There it is.
Yeah,
Nah, people don't understand.
Yeah.
When you work in radio, you automatically lose an ear. You're
That's a
deaf.
fact. You got to go up on all of them. I'm turning mine up right now because I'm
Yeah.
thinking I'm sounding a little too low.
Like, people bug out when I show up to an event or I show up to the club and I take 5 minutes to get my levels right. They be like, "What you doing?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"I know how I sound."
Yeah,
bro.
I know what I need. I know my levels at this
They be
point.
like, "Give me them highs at 11, give me them mids at 1 p.m. and give me them lows at 12." They be like,
They be
"What?"
looking at you like, fam, yo, you Hollywood, fam. What's up with you,
They be
dog?
like, I know my stuff. I know how I want to sound.
I got my guy Boogs in the building.
We
Just
live right now. Where are we? Oh, where are we?
Canal Street Radio,
Canal
Real Spit
Street
Royale
Radio.
podcast.
That's my man.
Yeah,
Royale, Real Spit. I'm on
Yeah.
the podcast. This is amazing. Yo, real quick.
Yeah.
All you out there with an opinion on
Yeah.
your platform, holla at my man. We get you right.
Talk to me. I do podcast production. I do podcast consulting. I help you get all of your publishing
Yeah.
right.
Ooh.
I help you get your internet, your domain name right.
Yeah.
Everything. All right. I do it all. I see you straight through point A to Z. All you got to do is send me the information.
And if you're in the Canal Street market right now on Canal Street, the
Yeah.
market on Canal Street.
Yep.
What's this, by the queue, right?
Yeah, that's right. Q. Yep.
By the queue. Come to the back and say what up. Bring me a coffee, though. This shit
Yeah.
is hot.
And bring me a shot, too, to put inside this tea. All right.
Tony the Jeweler, what up? Jack, what up?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. All right, let's rock. I'm sorry.
All right, it's all good. No, this is my first time going live. I should go live on my joint too. All right, so one of the things that I want to do first and foremost is to break down your resume. You got an incredible resume.
Thank you, bro.
I was a fan of you before I met you, before I even got the job at Power,
Love.
before it brought me to New York, and I finally got a chance. But I listen to you on Sirius though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So just run down your resume real quick.
I have many jobs. Nah. Let me see. New York radio, 19 years. I love it, and I'm
Word.
proud to say that because you're in New York, the #1 market, and it is very hard to keep a job in New
Very.
York radio.
Very.
So, real quick, started at Hot 97 in New York City. Then from there, I took a leap of faith,
Yeah.
and I went over to do tropical radio.
Word.
So I got to test my Spanish on there, which is type hard because they wanted you to really spit that Spanish.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
we were able to convince our PD to let us talk Spanish and English.
Right, Spanglish. You get to mix it in.
Spanglish, that
Yeah.
worked out.
Word up.
Then from there, I went back to Hot 9. I was there for a minute, and then I tried over on 92.3 Amp Radio was out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's top 40 radio.
Yeah.
I was there for like about a year and a half. Loved it. Got to learn. It's just to challenge myself. You know what I mean? Because I've always been a hip hop guy.
Right.
Hip hop taught me English. For those that
Yeah.
don't- like I didn't know no English when I came to America. Yes, I'm an immigrant. Hip hop taught me English, etc. And then a while later, now for like 3 years, I've been over at Power 105.1 FM.
Word up.
You know
Home
what I
team
mean?
right there. Yeah.
I was able to jump in there and become the executive producer of the Angie Martinez show, which later on, that's the gig you jumped on.
Yes, sir.
And then now I'm on air. And I'm back on Sirius, and now I'm testing my Spanish again.
This guy.
Because now I'm doing, I'm let out the bag. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Right now I'm on there. It's called Caliente.
Yeah.
We play tropical music. We play Latin urban music. We play reggaeton. I'm on there on the weekends. I lay it out.
Yeah.
But starting next month, I'm going to be on there Monday through Friday.
We just got an exclusive.
I'm gonna be there Monday
We
through
just got an
Friday.
exclusive. I got my first exclusive. I got my first exclusive. Shout out to S-Dot, man. That's the
Yeah,
guy
that's the
right there,
homie.
man. Yo.
So I'm very proud to say that I'm able to dance on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm able to keep my English job, and I'm able to hustle my Spanish. Because I
Right
always tell people, like, if you speak more than one language, get a job in
Use
each
it.
language.
Use it.
Use it.
Telling you got to use
And
it.
if you got an accent, use that shit too. But yeah, that's what I do in them. And then I hang out with my peoples over at G-Shock. I love them so much.
Word up.
I was able to like
Shout
that.
out to G-Shock too, man. And I was going to ask you about that too. Aside from just, your extended and illustrious radio career, because not too many people are as versatile as you and are as knowledgeable as you. You know, so people don't understand how tough that is. Like, just to go from working primarily in hip hop or urban to go to top 40 is a transition within itself, and still maintain who you are as a person and not completely sell out. You know what I'm saying?
When I got there, I used to cheat so hard. I would only introduce like the urban records. Like, you know, Megan Trainor, come on.
Usher and Justin Timberlake records.
Ooh, they go Justin. And it'll tell me to talk into Megan Trainor. And then I'll be like, nah, that Justin record coming. I know about that Justin record. Or like I would wait for the I think like
Will I Am records.
Or the blackest record we had at that time was Flow Rider.
Oh yeah.
But on the outside we find that super suspect.
It is super sus, but that man was hot. He was on fire at one point.
And in my music, I was like, he was the only urban guy there besides me. So he's like, bro, I see what you're doing.
Gotta get you right.
I'm like,
you can't only be intro and Pitbull. You gotta
son, that's something. Yo, son, that's what he told. He was like, you just can't be up here spitting the brown and black. You gotta get to the white. But we got it together. But I did that to learn, and I did that to show people like, yo, do not box me in on any type of stage. Because at one point, when I did MTV Tres, which is our bilingual MTV channel, they I was labeled the urban guy. And I was like, I'm not the urban guy.
And they hit you with that coming through the door. Dude. Like, before you even get a chance to, like, really be who you really are.
Dude, even my wardrobe was urban the fuck out. Like, I would have to wear shit like, why am I wearing 9 colors? Yo, man, that's what they... No. But I've done a little bit. I've done radio, TV. I messed with a bunch of sponsors. Shout out to Hugo Boss. Shout out to G-Shock. G-Shock, I love him. Like, we just did a campaign, and it was pretty dope, man, because when they pitched it to me, they pitched the whole campaign, and I'm reading, and then I'm like, wait, this is my fucking life. So, like, it touched the heart because they sat there for 10 months, watched what I was doing, and then they went ahead and built the whole campaign around my lifestyle, which is amazing.
Which is rare, too. I don't know if people understand this, and I think people, since we're more media savvy, we both work in media, you know, it's rare that you find a brand that fits your lifestyle.
Oh, shit.
Because your lifestyle is so custom. Like, we all live so many different styles, so many different ways. And it's so dope when you find a sponsorship where it's like a hand glove fit. It's super rare and it's super easy, and it's like it really lasts a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's really fruitful.
Yeah, man. They hit me up, and now we're moving forward with that. But just that radio, TV, sponsor stuff, and that's what I want to do. I came up in the clubs. I did the clubs for years. Crowd mover L Boogs. I used to talk a lot of shit. The whole fucking show.
Yo, I'm paying for the day I get to hear Boogs host the club night.
Son,
I haven't experienced that shit, but I'm paying cash money at the door for it. I'm not even gonna ask you to get me in for the free. I'm paying cash money at the door for it.
I'm gonna get a text.
I'm here. I'm paying money for the VIP right now.
Son, that's what I came up on, the clubs, and I made up a job. I made up a job. 100% made up a job. I needed to buy polo clothes at that time. I needed to pay my beeper bill. And then the student loan started kicking me. So I made up a job. So I went to the club, and I'd be like, you know what? I don't want to DJ no more. Why would I want to DJ for? There's too much damn work at that time. Carrying them crates.
Yeah, man. And equipment that they may or may not have at the spot. The needles broke. You had to have extra needles on you. You know what I'm saying? It was just real. It was wild.
No, man. And then God, the music God sent me one of my best friends, Cass One. DJ Cass One.
Shout out Cass One.
I love that
legendary.
Dude, and I want to tell people that's like my real friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? We were roommates in college and everything.
Oh, that's fire.
So like,
what college y'all go to?
We went to CW Post, Long Island University. What up, though? CW Post. We was there for a bit, and I realized me and him was the one too. I promoted. I hire me. I hire him. You know what I'm saying? He DJ and I host. Moving forward, I did that for a long time, and I took pride in that, bro. Like, cause when you pull up as a DJ, you got your crates ready and you got the song. I would pull up. I'll sit in the spot. I'll watch. People be like, yo, why you so quiet? Like, I'm studying.
I'm observing.
I'm observing. I need to understand. I can't just come in there and say some dumb shit. I got to keep that vibe.
Most definitely.
You know So I made up a job, and it became me. It became, at one point I was doing 6 nights a week in the clubs.
Damn.
And people would be like, but yo, you don't even DJ. And I'm like, I know. I'm nice. I'm trying to tell you, I'm nice. So, and then shout out to my man Precise, my man Create. Was one of the, when I shot them
shout out Create too. That guy's a beast, man.
I shot them out because these were the guys that effortlessly, we just built a bond in that DJ booth, and effortlessly I knew what they was going to play. I knew exactly how they were going to play. They knew exactly what I was going to say. even though we were making it up in the spot. You know what I mean? So those were my guys. Like, and then throughout the years, I've always found a DJ here or there that we can make that happen. But now, the clubs, I love it.
Right.
I will forever in my life go back. You know how like a comedian?
Yeah.
They got the big show.
You got to go back to the cellar.
You go back to the cellar.
You got to go back to the
me,
cellar.
Man.
Yeah.
And that's how I treat the clubs now. It's like I go back to the club to sharpen my knife. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I go back to the club as practice.
Yeah.
Cause it's and not to sound like a dig. Like it's so easy for me.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
But I can't get too hyped because somebody else will come along and steal my food.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, I swear to God, when it comes to this club hosting thing, I am the top of the food chain.
Most definitely.
And I want you to come see me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, cause like all jokes aside, I'm on it. Cause now, on top, in addition to all of that, I think one of the things like the lifestyle you live, building off that, your personal life, and it's marketable. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Especially at this time, because I think fitness and mental health is at the forefront of everybody's mind right now.
Yes,
and one thing I've watched your journey, like I said, I think I was following you since like 2015. I want to say. And being a younger guy, I always wondered, like, how do you protect your mind? Because this is a crazy industry,
of course,
man. and all the partying and eating and the drinking and you know what I'm saying, and all the politics and everything.
Yeah.
You've transformed yourself into something different over the years. Like it's kind of like you just every level, right?
Yeah.
How did like physical fitness and mental health kick in and help you to where you are now? Because your growth is visible, like from stance to stance. And some people that may have just started following you might think like, oh man, he got a trainer, he got somebody that prep his meals. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a personal person that come to his house and console him after a bad day. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I've always been into fitness. My mom was a track and field runner.
Yeah.
My dad was a Olympic boxer in DR. So
Word.
It's in my blood, you know what I'm saying? But I got lazy. I got too happy with the industry. I didn't give a fuck about what I was doing. All I wanted to do was have fun.
That's it. Yeah.
All I want to do is have fun, be out late, never come home, meet people, hang out, and then they just kicked in that, yo, you're gonna get older at one point.
Yeah.
So I did a thing. A few years, about 2015 or so, like I just went hard.
Yeah.
We started out me and my friends. It was just me and my friends. I would invite them to the park. Yo, let's work out together.
Word up.
And then my brother Andre Anderson.
Yeah.
Look, I got mad brothers and sisters. But if you mean something to me and we've been there together through the good and the bad, you my brother, you my sister. So
Word
my
up.
brother,
Yeah.
the reason I say that, Andre black as shit, and he's my brother. So we started this thing called 630 Crew.
Yeah.
We would meet up at 6:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays every day.
AM.
PM.
PM.
And we used to invite people to come work out for free.
Word.
4 people, 10 people, 30, 52 people showed up at one point just to come get right. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
And then that got me more interested. And obviously, I saw my change and I saw the way I was moving.
Right.
But before that, what I did was about 10 years ago, I stopped eating red meat.
Yeah, that's big.
We're brought up on that.
That's big. I was going to say that, like with our culture, the black and brown culture,
we brought up on that.
It's like a household staple.
Dude,
the way you eat. You know what I'm saying?
And I always got to tell people is remember that when black and brown cook, we cook for 10 people, 8 people. We cook for that shit to be eaten Monday through Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we make so much damn rice.
Yeah.
That's why we cook a whole goddamn bag of chicken.
That's why you get a whole thing with beans.
You feel me?
That's why you get a lot of everything
because
in
that's
abundance.
going to be your dinner, and then you're going to take that at work tomorrow.
For lunch. For that
and then
lunch,
if it's still left over, heat that bitch up for dinner again.
You closing the night out with that bitch too.
Right?
Yeah.
So we all, what I like to say, people, and I'm proud to say, I grew up poor. We all eat poor people food.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah, for the most part.
No, it's poor people food because the food is supposed to fill you up.
Right.
It's
supposed to last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rice has not 1% of nutritional value.
None.
Rice got nothing to do with you looking good. But we eat rice with eggs, rice with chicken, rice. You know, the other day they had an argument. Rice with ketchup is the shit, by the way, when you're going through it.
What?
No? Please.
I'll put butter and sugar on mine.
No, right?
Rice and ketchup?
White rice with ketchup. Put my man on.
Yeah, put me down, because I always go butter and sugar.
It's the greatest poor man meal ever, bro. Rice, ketchup, with some fried eggs.
Word up.
But anyway, moving forward, I just stopped eating chicken. I stopped eating red meat because I know what it does.
Right.
It stays in your system forever. It takes you too long to shit it out, etc.
That's facts.
And then from there I moved to chicken. Then I got too tired of chicken, just smelling it.
Because we over exacerbate the chicken, and then you get to the point you like, yo, I'm chicken out, cuz like
Really?
you can only prep it so many different ways.
Because you go from you can't eat fried chicken, so let me eat some rotisserie, and then after a while it's bake. You got tired. Anyway, so I only eat fish, and then I saw the changes. I felt better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that we don't even think is supposed to change. Like your skin is better.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like even the way your nails grow, they grow different
Yeah.
when you feed yourself. And it's real life. You are what you eat. You
That's
become
facts.
what you eat.
That's facts.
You become. So if you spend all day drinking water, you're gonna go to the bathroom all day.
All day.
But what's gonna come out of your system is that same water you put in.
That same water. Yeah.
Not if you spend your whole day drinking a Red Bull and soda. You're gonna have what my friend said. She said, "Stop hanging out with these dudes feeding you that battery acid dick." You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about it.
That's a fact, though.
What you put in your mouth comes out the bottom.
That's a fact.
So
Yeah.
But really last year, it was really last year, like around October-ish.
Yeah.
I just looked at myself and I was like, yo, bro, you've been working out forever. You've been looking after what you eat forever.
Yeah.
Like, press that for real button.
Yeah.
Because there's a for real button you press at one point. Like, I'm going to do this shit for real. Boom.
Yeah.
Press the button. And it was like, it's mental.
Yeah.
It's health. It's heart. It's physical. It's all put together. I started reading more, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't just wake up every day and listen to trap music.
Right. Or go on the gram.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying?
We're losing.
Yeah.
I started reading more, but like self-help books, get yourself right books.
Yeah.
I started reading the Bible again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got into I got into my spiritual. I learned about, you know, like, there is a higher being out there.
Right.
You could call him God. You could call him Almighty. You could call him Universe. You could call him Mike. You could call him Jessica. But there is an Almighty.
That's a fact.
There is a higher power
That's a
controlling
fact.
all of this.
Yes.
You can't fight it.
It's too intricate. It's too
It's
everything
too much.
works together too well.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
too well organized.
So I just started finding out new things. Yeah, I believe in God. Yes, I am a God-fearing man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like there is such thing as numerology.
Right.
There is such thing as spirits.
Yeah.
There is such thing as like we're all created out of. Y'all gonna look at me crazy. We're all a bunch of matter and dust. That's what the fuck we are, bro.
That's a fact.
But we believe that there. Anyway, so I got into my spiritual. I started reading books. I started really taking care of my physical in the sense of like I'm not just gonna do it to say, yo, I go to the gym.
Right. I'm going to do it, like really do it for the
me.
good. Yeah, for you.
Yo,
Yeah.
that shit became one day, became 6 days a week.
Yeah.
That became going to the gym twice a day.
Yeah.
That became me taking kickboxing classes
Yeah.
and boxing. So I just felt like I needed to do it for me. I didn't need to do it for nobody else. And if you follow me on the gram, Len Boogs on air, I always tell people, do it for you.
Yeah.
Because once you're happy with you, everybody else gotta fall in line.
That's a fact.
Not that they will.
Because
They
your
gotta fall
energy
in line.
changed. Your
Bro.
energy changed. And I tell people all the time, you know, and even me, like I will say as an ex-athlete, one thing that I can also
Humble
you know,
brag.
one thing I can say, I will say this, like when I got done with college and I was fully like in media and entertainment, it was tough to maintain the workout style.
Yeah.
Primarily
Of course.
because of the stuff I was putting in my body, because your workout won't agree with your diet
At all.
And I tell people, you work out for 30. I boxed. I started these boxing classes. You've seen the joint. I was boxing on probably like 2 Wednesdays ago. After Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And no, like 3. It was right. It was like really the week after Thanksgiving. I still been eating leftovers, and I'm boxing. My stomach started rumbling. I'm like, I gotta throw up, bro. Like my body's just, I can't use this. You know what I'm saying? Like this is, so when you go a while, and when you go a week and you fall off the wagon, you feel that crash.
You feel it.
You know what I'm saying?
I think once you miss 2 days, you start feeling it. By the third day, it's like, bro.
It's like, damn, we got.
Yeah, like now, I was doing 6 days a week. I'm doing 4 to 5. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I'm doing 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
But I'll double up for the day that I mix, or if I don't go to the lift weights, etc., I go take a class.
Right.
You know what I mean? And thankfully, thank you to my partners over at Soul Cycle, over at I Love Kickboxing, Y7 Yoga. I love them to death.
Word.
And I call them partners because they've opened the door to me, and I've been able to introduce other people to what they got going on, which is, I'm all about that. Like if something works for me,
you should.
I don't care sharing. I don't
Yeah,
care
you
passing
should.
it to people.
You
know
should.
what I
And
mean?
I tell people that all the time. I think that's my biggest thing is like, you know, we're so afraid to share resources and things because we, you know, I think it's embedded in our brain. It's like,
It's
oh,
mine.
it's mine and it's making me better
Yeah.
than this person.
But
You know what I'm
then
saying?
When you don't, the part that you forget to tell yourself is You did that. Check. Move to the
on.
next.
Yeah.
Yo, what happened? You did it first.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna know you did it first. Don't worry about it.
And that's the point. Is like what you doing now, what I'm doing now. If I ask you and you be like, yo, how you do that other thing over there? Now it's an exchange of information. It's a
100%.
transaction. So I tell people that all the time. You never know. Some people may not have this area of life figured out because they need some help with it. But then you might have a missing piece that they might have for 100%. You, and it's an exchange. So I tell people that. And the main thing I think when I like look at your story and your journey, I think the thing that's so inspirational is that you became more confident with 100%. It. Like you could see the growth over time. And pause. This is a pause. This is a super pause right here.
Time out.
I was on the gram. I see you was doing your thing with the modeling joint, the fitness modeling. I'm like, my guy Boogs' confidence just blew up. Like I'm like, who is this new dude? You know what I'm saying?
And it happened to me in January of this year, as a matter of fact, 2018. It was
and it take a lot for a man to make that trans, because your homies, it's your homies who make you feel bad.
Boss man G, I hate you, but I love you.
It's your homies who make you feel like, oh, this what we doing today, fam?
Bro,
this the time we on?
If anybody looks at my comments on anything that I've had the nerve or the audacity or the heart to put up something without a shirt, all those negative comments come from my real ass friend. And it's usually, oh, this is what we doing.
This what we doing, son?
Oh, word? You for real about it? But I love them so much because they keep me grounded. No, what happened was January of last year. I was like, you know what, man? I work out all the time. I do this. I do that.
Yeah.
And then when someone looks at you, it's up to that person's interpretation of what good looking is.
Yeah. It's a fact.
You know what I mean? Some guys enjoy that firm, bounce a quarter off the lady's butt. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a person. I need some motion on it.
Word up.
I need motion. I need you to walk away from me and me seeing two cheeks disagree with each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I need those two cheeks to disagree. I'm left going up, right going down.
And that's a major fact, though.
Right?
That's a major fact.
And I want to tell women out there, it's okay. We don't need you to be perfect. We just need you to give a fuck just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Because if I care, you should care.
Yeah. So and that's that balance. We need
January
that balance.
of 2018, I put up a picture of myself with no shirt, which is something I've never done in my life. But what that did to me, added so much pressure and added so much responsibility now. Because now you guys are going to hold me accountable.
Yeah.
And that is one of the biggest kicks in the ass that I've gotten this year. I was like, I'm going to throw this up there. I'm not doing this so nobody can feel sorry for me. Right. I'm not doing this so people can look like, oh, look, I did it for me.
Right.
I did it so it made you guys push me now.
Facts.
And they made me like, shit, you better get to it.
Yeah.
Because someone's going to ask you, yo, what happened?
They're going to be like, yo, you still doing that, you know what I'm saying, that workout? You still doing that shoot? You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because it's a self-check, and it's also putting yourself out there for accountability too. And that's brave, because a lot of us sometimes, like, it's easy to work out. Like, this is my issue, is that, and I think I started posting stuff about my workout because I used to work out a lot, and I never would post it. And then I'm like, yo, start slacking, ain't nobody paying attention.
Real shit.
And then, one of the ladies I was messing with was like, yo, I ain't seen you hoop in a minute, I ain't seen you do this in a minute, or whatever. And I'm like, damn, it's been like 3 months.
And people know this, bro.
Yeah, so that's real too. And I'm glad you touched on something. I want to segue into this as well, because I had a list of things, but I'm glad we started talking about this. But this naturally segues into my next thing. I know when you were talking about women and them not having to be perfect.
Yeah, they don't.
And I think a lot of times when you start getting into that realm of perfecting or sculpting who you are, the women that you might be dealing with might start looking at themselves that way.
Of course.
Like, oh, so, this will, like, do I got to get on this type of time too?
You both should. You both should. Yeah. Look, it translates to the one thing you love doing with that female and the gentleman. Sex. It translates to sex.
It all leads back to that.
I'm going to tell you something. You start taking care of yourself, fellas, it looks bigger. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
It looks bigger when you look down, because that's how big it's been the whole time, Playboy. But that stomach in your way hasn't let you see that. Number 2, your stamina goes way the fuck up.
Crazy.
Stamina up. You know what I mean? What is it? Stallion style. But let's get right. Yeah, man, if I'm at the gym, she should be at the gym. If she at the gym, he should be at the gym.
Yeah.
That's part of the 50-50. That's part of the you do, I do. That's part of it, man.
That is. And I think it's a big transaction, because what happens is I think both people become, and this is going to lead back to overall, what I wanted to get to is when it comes to, like men and women, there's a lot of different ideologies that we have about each other. And I think when a man is physically fit, he feels better naturally.
Yes.
And when a woman looks good, she doesn't necessarily have to be physically fit, but she feels better naturally.
Yeah.
But what I tell people all the time, and this is going to go into the realm of the whole Cardi B Offset situation, right? I'm on Twitter a lot more often than I used to be. And it's not even about the Cardi B Offset thing. It's about the fact that men and women have different things that they value when it comes to relationships, right? And so if a man is like not physically fit, a woman will still rock with you.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Or if your money ain't all the way right, the right woman will still rock with you. A man, he doesn't care if a woman has her financials in order, in shape. If he just likes her because of the way she looks, he's willing to discard many shortcomings.
100%.
And one of those things, and I think when that happens is dangerous, is it leads to infidelity. And I tell people this because I was on Twitter and I was arguing with people just because that's what you do on Twitter. Niggas argue. And so it's just arguing between men and women because I'm like, oh, Offset take Cardi B back. I mean, Cardi B take Offset back. And then other people like, nah, don't take him back. And then it led to this interesting question. I think this is more of a societal thing, and I want to get your point as a male's perspective. In the realm of cheating or infidelity, is that a part of the norm spectrum for ups and downs of relationships? Like, as a society, have we normalized that? Like, cheating is like something that comes with the territory?
I mean, I've been on both sides. I'm not afraid to admit it. I've done it. It's been done to me. You know what I mean? And that's another thing about this whole process. You gotta own your truth. You know what I'm saying? You gotta own your truth. Own that shit. If you did something, own it. Yeah, I did it. I learned my lesson. I moved on. I'm not gonna do it again. Yeah, I did it. I like the shit. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Word up.
It's on you. Yes, we are in a society who preaches that cheating is the way it needs to be.
Right.
It needs. Not that it needs to be that way. Like, we applaud the fact that we are in a relationship and he has a side bitch. We applaud the fact that she's in a relationship but she has 4 text friends, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, them text friends.
You know what I mean? The text friends. Or she has the one guy who they hang out with but they do everything but intimacy with.
Right.
You got it?
Right.
But it's all making up for what you're losing out. And it's unfortunate that, we do live in a society that cheating is like normal now.
Yeah.
And if you did it, I'll forgive you once. I'll forgive you twice. I might forgive you 4 times because I love you. You get it?
Right.
But that's fucking ridiculous.
That is.
You know, like I said, I've been in good ones. I've been in bad ones. But the bad ones I remember more because the lesson was harder. Yeah. Because, you know what I mean? I've been in bad ones to the point that, like, I closed my whole everything.
Jeez.
That door was locked. I put 3 chains on it. I put housing project type locks on it. You feel me? Like, that's how much I closed myself off.
Right.
But then you got to wake up and realize, shit, part of the life lesson is that was supposed to happen to you, bro.
That was a fact.
That was supposed to happen to you, sis. Why? Because that wasn't the one for you long term.
Yeah.
That was the one for you at that time.
That's a fact.
And that person showed up, taught you a lesson, and shit, cheating is applauded at this day and age right now.
It sounds like it. And you know, we primarily growing up in urban hip-hop culture. And, you know, I think the reason why hip-hop comes off as so misogynistic or I guess as chauvinistic as it does is because in a lot of cases it is. Because the things that we applaud is taking another man's chick and, you know what I'm saying, smashing 5 or 6 chicks and I got a wife at home.
Real shit.
And, you know, and that leads to my bigger point is that we ignore signs. And I think even when it's like,
we do ignore signs.
We ignore signs
agree with
because I've never cheated per se, but I have been in a gray area where we weren't really together or we just got to argument, wasn't talking for like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, I've been.
And a situation happened and it was kind of looked upon as cheating. So I think the conversation amongst men and cheating is like when we find out our friend hitting another chick on, you know, we gonna be like, oh, you a wild boy, you living wild out here.
Shit.
We find out, you know, our man's girl hitting another dude. We like, yo, son, you gotta drop her, fam. It's a dead that. This is a whole dub, cuz cut that off. You know, so I think that it's important for men to have the dialogue because I think that, and it's like some dudes say stuff for clout on Twitter. So this one dude was saying like, oh, men normalize cheating like it's a part of the ups and downs. Y'all need to grow up. I didn't really believe all of that because some of the stuff people be saying on Twitter be for clout and followers. But a real honest to God dialogue I think is necessary because part of that transformation of being a better person or being a better man on top of fitness, mental health, and everything else are your morals and values. You have to go back and, you know, re-identify with those. And you got to make sure you live in according to that so that way you are still living in your truth. So I just thought it was an interesting topic to touch on because as men, we never really get a chance to say why we cheat or why we think we got cheated on. And, you know, I would say I ventured out and I wouldn't even call it cheating, but if we want to call it's in the realm of it, so it's in discussion. I would say I did what I did because I don't know. Men don't really know why they cheat sometimes, bro.
Men cheat because we're taught that's how life is. We're taught that. I come from Dominican Republic, born and raised, and in Dominican Republic, I'm not sure about now, but when I was growing up, it was normal for dad to come home, hang out at the crib, and then he had to go to work in another town, and you wasn't gonna see him again for 5 days.
Word.
But in that town, he had a whole other life. You understand me? Like an entire whole other 5-day life. Come home for 2 days to his original life, and then go right back.
Right back, yeah.
And that's how you like, how the fuck I got 3 sisters? You know what I mean? So like, we are taught that that's the way it should be, and that's the way it is.
Right.
Men should have more than one, and I'm at a point now. I'm 40 years old.
Right.
See, and that's the thing. So I used to even be afraid to tell people my age, bro.
I got to that point this year. I just turned 30.
Yeah, congrats.
So I got to that point where I was like, damn, I got to start telling people how old I am.
And the thing was, my job always hit my age.
That's
anyway.
the main thing. Like your job makes you age insecure.
Like, when I got my job at MTV, I was 27. They brought me to 22 on the press releases. You know what I'm saying? So I got used to that. But anyway, we are taught that that's how life is and that's how it should be, and men are entitled to cheat. And you know what I mean? But then again, it's like we're in 2019 next week almost. And women and men could do exactly the same things. 50-50, leveled out, 100-100. The difference is we don't expect women to do that.
Yeah.
Like, see, men, we clap because you can put your dick in 100. You can put your dick in 100, right?
Yeah.
But no one looks and go, damn, nigga, your dick gonna fall off. Or like, you gonna have an ugly dick. Yeah. But like a woman, the first thing you go is like, wow, if you have sex with 5, 10, 20 men, your vagina's gonna
Yeah.
You know?
Which is a huge myth, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Which is a huge myth.
What I say is this, simple. Get to a point where I'm at a point that I'm like, you know what? If something come my way nice, I'm gonna open the door. But I'm not looking for it no more.
Facts.
I learned that you don't need to be with somebody
That's
to be
the
happy.
biggest change in a man's life.
I learned you do not need to be with someone to be happy, live a wholesome, live a good, live a nice. You do need some good company around you.
Right.
And I shout out to my man DJ Yanni, who's like become he became my counsel on the low. Like he checks on me once a week, this, that. But he said something to me which is real dope, and it stuck out. He goes, us men need to be surrounded by positive estrogen.
Facts.
Because when you're growing up, that's what your mom gives you.
Yeah.
Positivity.
Yes.
She clap for you.
Yeah.
She make you feel good. You fall, she grab you, she put her head on her shoulder, she rub you.
She tell you look good. You know, she tell you,
so
you're going to be special.
Here comes this woman and wakes up in the morning and, hey, have a good day. Have an amazing day. Be great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit sends you out that door amazing.
Put your cape on.
And
you Superman flying out that bitch.
And then to add to that, you and that female don't even have to be involved in nothing else but being nice to each other.
That's a fact.
But we mistake that as every woman that's nice to me, I got to fuck her.
Right.
We mistake that. We fuck that all the way up.
That's a major key.
And you could have 5 females in your life, and like 3 of them could just be there to keep you company, keep you in line, check your ass when you need to be checked.
Right.
And then that other one is the one that you handle your business with. Yeah. And then that 5th one is just somebody you like. So we got, as men, and I ain't gonna front to me, man, alone to realize this, we got to stop thinking that every female that's nice to us is because she wants to get in our pants.
That's a fact.
There's some females that just come along because they understand our story and they understand what we're going through. And she understands that I'm just here to make sure he eats. I'm just here to come over to his crib, pop a bottle of wine, drink some beers, watch some shows, and I'm back out.
Word. That's
you know what I mean?
fact.
And then there's the one that, you here to take care of me. You know what I mean? But we got to stop believing that, yes, the way you go through life, one of the stages of life, I have to be a hoe now.
I got to smash these. I got to get these thotties on.
You know what I'm saying?
I got to get my body count up.
And I think men don't realize, bro, like there's some women out there that will understand your story of, look, we're going to hang out, we're going to spend all this time together, but we both know that's what we doing.
That's what we doing. That's it.
And we all fuck it up thinking, like, again, when somebody's nice to us, we gotta smash. And then when somebody's continually nice to us, oh, that has to be my boyfriend or girlfriend.
Gotta be. We gotta make this official.
No, you don't. Get to learn people, and I've also realized, stop trying to fix people.
Yeah.
Stop trying to fix people.
Yeah.
Fix yourself.
Fix yourself.
Fix yourself.
That's
because
the only way.
And then when you show up to someone fixed, if that person ain't fixed, that ain't for you. that ain't for you. Your only responsibility is you.
Yeah.
All you're there for is to support and push forward and clap for someone else.
Yep.
But you're not there to solve people's problems.
Yep.
You're not. And I recently posted something up like, your life plan is already set out. It's already there, man. It's set out. It's done. The way you're supposed to be in life is done. You got to go out and discover what it is.
Yeah.
And I discovered that, A, I don't need to be with somebody to be happy. B, sex, you could get sex any time of the day from someone. There's always somebody willing to give you sex. Now, is that your type or not? That's on you. That's on you if that's your type or not. But there's someone always willing. Trust me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when you receive somebody in a sense of relationship, etc., like make sure that person's all right on their own.
Right.
So when they come into your energy and they bring their stuff to you, you already like, you know, like, because if I wake up every morning, I'm going to fuck today up, I'm going to win today, and then the other person's like, yeah, I'm having a horrible day. And that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, month. So every time I talk to you, you're having a horrible time. You bringing my energy way back down.
Right. That's a fact. That is a fact. You neutralizing my positivity.
All of a sudden, you got to be a consultant. All of a sudden, you got to be a problem solver. All of a sudden, you need to have the answers for somebody else.
Yep.
And then you're like, shit, I forgot about me 5 days ago. Now I got to get back on track.
And that pushes everything back. And it also it destroys chemistry.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
And then one thing people are afraid is being honest.
Yeah.
Like, I am not afraid to tell someone, like, don't talk to me like that. What you mean?
Oh, that's a fact.
I'll be like, nah, just don't speak to me like that because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't appreciate me talking to you.
No.
And I've done that. People go, the fuck? Like, what? And then
These New York women, cuz.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just keeping it extra funky with you. These New York women are different type of rude, cuz. Like, and I hate to generalize like that, but I've spent a year and 4 months now in New York, and I still can't really get adjusted to New York women.
The thing is that New York women are tough.
Yeah.
New York women are tough.
I see the type of harassment they endure on a day-to-day basis.
You grew up in the 5 boroughs. You have to be tough.
Yeah.
You have, and I'm not gonna say you got to be like a man. Bullshit.
Yeah.
You just got to be tough. You got to put up this wall like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
And I get it, but at the same time, there's some girls out there in New York that you're like, you're a man with makeup. Calm the fuck down. I can't talk to you the way I talk to D.
I can't.
Say some cute shit or something.
Because I'm looking at you like you unsuitable in every way possible. And, I think coming from, I'm originally from Michigan, obviously.
Which is good for you to be in New York and experience that.
It's a shift. It's a shift. Like, even in Florida, like, there was some rude women in Florida when I first got to Florida. That took some adjustment. But then it's like 2 different types of rude. You know what I'm saying? It's like New York women, like, I'm on the, we spend a lot of time commuting, right? And if you're a single man, you see an attractive woman,
every day.
you like, this my shot today. I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I might have took yesterday off, but I'm on today though. You know what I'm saying? I'm on today. I'm shooting today. You know what I'm saying? And then just the look off rip, it's like disgust. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But then,
be bothered. Nothing
at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, Florida women is a little different because they approachable, but then it's like a sucker. They lure you in for the talk, and then they just say all types of foul stuff to you. You know what I'm saying? So, and me, I'm a pleasant dude. So, I'm like, hey, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? My name is D. Can I talk to you real quick?
You know what, though? You beat me. I can't do that.
What?
I can't do that.
What? That's like my natural. I don't even got no pickup line no more. Like, you used to try to go.
What was it? Nas said it best. I ain't got no game. Bitches
just understand my story. Yes.
And I said it. That's me.
That's a fact.
And girls will be like, yeah, right. I'm like, no, I really don't have no game.
I don't try like that.
Like, the most my game is like, if I got a drink, you want a drink? That's the most game I got for you. Like, the most game I got for you, if I'm somewhere and there's French fries, I love French fries, by the way. I'm gonna be like, yo, you want some fries?
Try to get down on these fries.
That's my game, bro. I don't got no, hey, how you doing, Rico Suave shit. I ain't got none of that. But you talking about how I can't even say, yo, my name is D. I can't even say that. I'm still on junior high school. Like, yo, D, you know her? Yo, D, let her know I want to.
Like, yo, like, tell her I'm over here, son.
Tell her I want to start this family with her, D. Like,
yeah. I think that's one thing I love about like New York men. Like, now that I live here now, it's like even the stuff they say is like that's next level. Like, yo, I'm trying to start this tribe, yo. I'm like, yo.
I've heard guys tell women with babies down the street, yo, ma, what's up? Let me attach myself to that family. And you be like, dog, you know how much responsibility come with all that attachment? Yo, bugging.
Yo, New York man have a different type of game. This is the funniest because I live in Harlem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love Harlem.
And I haven't really been in the Bronx like that, and I haven't really been in Queens like that, but I have been to Brooklyn. Okay. And I spent a majority of my time in Harlem.
Queens, you're missing out girls who drive. That's what Queens is good for.
All the girls in Queens, all the girls at the station that I knew lived that was out of Queens, they drove, fam.
Yeah. The average girl in Queens drives. Bronx girls are gonna be your toughest test.
Oh, they got a blade under their tongue type shit.
Man, Brooklyn know way too damn much.
Yo, no, real quick, I seen a story that Honey German posted on her Instagram about some girl on a bus who tried to pet another girl's puppy, and she slashed her face, $150 her. Yeah, man. That's crazy, but that's the Bronx, though.
People don't want their space disrespect.
Yo, swear. But Harlem girls, I like Harlem girls, though. Yeah. Harlem girls, they're like Brooklyn girls to me. They're kind of soulful. Most of the time, they got their hair.
And you got to remember, it's like Brooklyn has a lot of Caribbean out there, so that Caribbean influence is there.
I love some Caribbean. I love that accent give me every time, B. Telling you. Man. They was in Florida. There was a problem for me. Jamaican girls was a problem for me, Boogs.
Yo, I love me everything Caribbean.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Everything.
That's a fact.
Like I'm from Dominican Republic, but I tell people I'm Caribbean. Yeah, like, I'm from the islands, and they're like, no, you know. I'm like, look at the map. Look. I'm surrounded by the West Indies.
Yes. People don't realize. I think when we live it, because I'm from Michigan, so I had never met a Haitian or a Jamaican. I met like some Guatemalans, a couple of Mexicans, handful of Mexicans, but I had no idea the range and the spectrum.
Bro, Dominican Republic and Haiti is separated by, I can't even say it's the width of crossing the street. It's smaller than that. Yeah. I'm not exaggerating. Yeah. Dominican Republic and Haiti border is the size of like the width of this room. And we had a table. It's so little. And then I came up doing Jamaican parties back in the day. Like I used to host Jamaican parties.
No, that's what they used to call them joints, like the Jamaican, the hot box type. It was sweating on the wall.
Yeah. I used to do that. Yeah. And I grew up hanging out with none but Caribbean people. Like I always tell you, I grew up with black people. I grew up because it was music based. Like hip hop back in the day, I grew up with black people because that's what I knew.
That's
and then
a fact,
my parties I started doing, it was Caribbean. So I've always been amazed, and I love everything Caribbean because it's so close to home. Yeah, it's like I said, it's the same thing, man. If you come from the island, so like Brooklyn is heavy Caribbean, Uptown, Washington Heights, I stay away from because that's what I grew up from, and I know y'all know way too damn
I've never been to Washington Heights. The first thing they told me when I moved here was like, don't ever go there after dark if you don't know nobody. And I was just like, that's it for me.
That's a lie.
I was like,
it's a great place. I mean, like everybody else, but in the summer is when it jumps. But New York women are tough, but that's what it is. They raised to be tough. They're raised to take no shit. And they're raised to like, look at you, like you said, with the leave me alone face.
Yeah, like especially when I come up with my modest, like, hey, how you doing? My name is D. I just want to rap with you.
I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah. Did you hear what I said, my nigga? Like, are you the shit that fucked me up?
Dumb?
Are you dumb? When I heard that, it's such a people don't realize how deep that phrase is because it comes out so quick and so harsh. But she's asking me, do I think I'm dumb? Like, so it's such a mind fuck because I'm like, damn, I ain't say nothing. I was dipped too. I was fly. You know what I'm saying?
No, because in your mind you was like, I got the right shit on.
Yeah, like I'm smelling good.
I got chapstick on. My lineup is right.
Fresh
this shit work all the time.
It's a breeze. I'm 100% when I'm in this form. You know what I'm saying? And then when they hit you with the, are you dumb? I said I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Because the thing is, see, us New York guys, we know when we go to Florida, it's always, oh shit, you from New York?
Yeah, the accent is like a pass card for y'all.
Automatically, they're attracted to tell me shit about New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a real shit.
So like, like you coming from where you came from. Oh shit, damn.
Oh shit, dude, we can wrap up. Go ahead, dude.
Nah, we don't got to.
Okay.
I'll hit it back. It's Zamani from the station.
Okay.
But yeah, it's tough. But again, we're going into 2019. I just want everybody to really sit there, and I want y'all to make a list of the things that you're going to do. Yeah. New Year's resolutions is like something that you don't want to do, but you're resolving to give up. Yeah. You're not wanting to do it, and now you got to do it. That's a resolution. It's like, I wrote this shit down because I don't really want to do it, but I resolve because it's on this list that I'm going to do it. Yeah. That's it. But I like making a list of things that I'm going to do. Angie Martinez, who I love to death, she taught me that 2 years ago. She was like, nah, make a list of shit you're going to do. Like shit you know you're going to do. Because, and then when I look further into it, I'm like, that's right. Because if you make a list of things you're going to do, that means you already got it in mind that it's going to happen already. It's already going to happen. I just got to make sure I do it by the end of January. I got to make sure that by March, blah, blah. I make 3-month plans. Yeah. I always make 3-month plans.
See, I got to get better at that.
You should.
I'm like a day-to-day, week-to-week. I've always been that way for some reason.
I'm day-to-day, which I could remix shit day-to-day. I could remix, But like besides that, it's like I make 3-month plans because now you got the pressure on you.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh man. Like right now, December, I gotta be 165 by mid-January.
Word.
You know what I mean? I was 221 pounds last year.
Yo, that's crazy. You know, people be surprised how much weight you could pack on for no reason.
No, my shit was related to stress, bad relationships, work stress, and then being unconfident on myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, make decisions and make lists of things you gonna do. Shit that you undeniably are gonna do. And I know it sounds cliche, but write it in pencil. Yeah. Because nobody's perfect. You feel me? Write that shit in pencil. That's some real shit. Write it in pencil. Yeah. Nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? So when you write it in pencil, you give yourself that little room to be like, I'm going to tweak this a little bit and fix it. So make a list. That shit does. I've never done, what is it that people do?
The storyboard shit, the vision board?
Vision board. I've never done that. I never done that because I've done it before and it didn't really.
I never done that shit either. I mean, I always thought like the arts and crafts part kind of deterred me because I'm not that type of nigga. Not that type. But at the same time, I always admired the girls because mostly girls do it. I don't really see dudes do it, but men do better with it.
It might be in the suits to get together and drink
wine. It could be. It might be dope. You might, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Me, I do carry a book. I always carry a book.
Men do better with lists.
Yeah, I might show you later. I carry a book no matter what.
Right.
All my book bags have a book.
Yeah.
Sometimes my idea be in one book bag, but whatever. But I always carry a book. Old school notebook or a little pad or whatever. And as soon as some shit jump in your head, write it. Right. I don't know why, no matter how much technology we got, but I always feel a pen and paper does the job. No matter what. It's just more personable.
Yeah, it is.
And it's more, you get into it because now you don't want to write too much.
That's
so
true.
You get to the point fast.
Yep.
So make a list of shit you gonna do. Not stuff you want, stuff you gonna do on top of that. And really, man, make yourself a priority. Like you touched on it later and we didn't really dance too much on it.
Yeah.
Mental health, it's not like a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Like I take a mental health day every week. It's called, but I don't, it doesn't mean I go, I need pills and I'm on medication. It just means that for one day, I'm gonna take care of me. Facts. Like for one day a week, I'm gonna wake up a little later. You know what I mean? Yeah. One of my meals is gonna be one of the meals I'm not supposed to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get a massage.
Yeah.
Go get your nails right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or dude, like people don't get it. One of the dopest things you could do is sit in the park and just look at the trees. I know I sound like this nigga on crack or what drug is he on, but bust it. Do it. You sit in the park and just literally look at the water, look at the trees and whatever. But what that does to you is it start taking out all the cloud from your brain. Because now you're focused on figuring out the tree and the shit. I know it sounds nuts. Please trust me, though. Stuff like that. You should give yourself at least 30 minutes a day. Yeah. A day. To disconnect. You got to disconnect. But when I say that, it's like I do it. I meditate here and there. I'm not so good at it.
Yeah, I'm getting better with it. My brain, I'll be thinking about wild, dumb shit.
Yeah,
like.
So they always say for 30 minutes, just meditate. And just the only thing you should be in your brain is like your breath. 1, 2. Count your breath. Yeah. But disconnect, no phone, no nothing, because that brings you back to the middle, which is like your center. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I do that a lot. You don't have to be busy every day. That's some lie. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, I think we confuse busy work with production, with productivity, and I learned that the hard way because moving to New York, you tend to get you tend to put on more stuff on your plate
for no reason. And then
you just start feeling anxious every day and in a rush all the time, and you speed through a month, and you like, yo.
Like there was a point I had, I was at the job and I was anxious to go to work. I was nervous to go to work. I was scared to go to work. Yeah. I was getting stomach aches. I was getting heartburn. I gained weight. I didn't care about how I looked because I was so focused. You just described 2018.
Feel me? You just described 2018 and half of 2018 and 2017 for me.
And all I was worried about was getting the job done, getting the job done, forgetting about me, getting the job done, forgetting about my relationship, getting the job done, forgetting about my kids. So you become so focused on getting the job done, you forget about your mental health. Yeah. And like I said, man, your mental health is just taking time for you. Yeah. Taking 30 minutes a day just to breathe and see what you did for the day that was good or bad, or outweigh the good and the bad, or but take a day of the week to do the things that you don't get to do every day, which is sleep more, eat better, take care. I always tell people, and I know you see my gram, take care of the mental, take care of the physical, take care of your temple. Yep. Your temple, that's your body, man, head to toe. That's really a temple. And if you put in your head everything you know about a temple, it's a nice place. It's a place for you to be calm. It's a place that they upkeep. It's a place for you to just find your that's what a temple is. Yeah. And it's a place for you to find new treasures. So if you treat your body like a temple, you know you got to keep it clean all the time.
You have to.
You got to keep it clear.
Yeah.
And the best thing is, you got to get rid of the bullshit.
Facts.
Because most of the bullshit, like you said earlier, we bring it on ourselves.
It's a fact.
And those are all confident issues too. Like
That's
me, I
it.
had mad confident issues last year.
Yeah.
And that's the shit.
Yeah.
Where one of my mans goes, bro, fuck is wrong with you? And you know what he said to me? He was like, "You that guy." And he
That's a fact.
and
though.
and the thing is, no one claps for you.
Yeah.
So you never know people.
Especially
the
the further you go,
No
it
one
seems
claps.
like in the beginning it's like, oh, you started a podcast? Oh, you on your shit, my G. Season 5 of your podcast, they're like,
Why? Because you didn't get a Grammy for your podcast.
Yeah.
So your shit's whack.
This shit is in the back
You
now.
didn't get a podcast.
That's just old.
You're not in the top 10 podcast. Your shit is whack. And not knowing that there's a whole bunch of people waiting on it every week.
That's a fact.
So, like, that's what I always got to tell people. It's like, yo, man, like, I know I preach it so hard. Like, take care of you, man, from the top to the bottom. And do give yourself a mental health day once a week. Yeah. My mental health day, like I said, I sleep more, I eat better. Like I said, I get a massage, I get my nails done. I'll sit there and read a book. You know what? Or I'll even find that one friend that I am not afraid to be around or be myself. And me and that person will kick it.
Yeah.
And that's part of your mental health. You got to have good energy around you too. And mental illnesses could come from anything. Yeah. Mine, I could definitely say, was anxiety. Mine is definitely self-doubt at one point. Mm-hmm. And then it all trickles down. That fucks your whole shit up. You lose focus on everything. You know what I mean? And like as a man, like if you're home every day and all you're doing is smoking weed and jerking off, like, your relationship with your girl's not gonna work out.
It's not.
Because now you in love with all them girls you fantasize.
That's facts. Yeah.
And even when you become intimate with your lady or however it is you're intimate with, you're only gonna be thinking about those ladies. So your girl now is just something that's there.
She's just like a person now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And then that shit does ruin relationship. Yeah. And I'm an advocate for marijuana. I'm an advocate for.
And I was gonna talk to you about that too. I know you know what I'm saying. I know we go on extendo.
No, it's
you know
cool.
what I'm saying. But because I was just reading the article about Cuomo. He wants to legalize marijuana recreationally by before the end of 2019.
Should. But my thing with marijuana is like do it, but don't let it do you.
Right.
Like, don't let it do you because you will get lost. You will get cloudy. You will get
And that's the thing
slow.
with me. Like, I'm an advocate for it, too. I'm pro-marijuana because there's so many different things you could turn to. It's a lot more dangerous. But I've never been much of a smoker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to do it and, make it work for me. You know what I'm saying? Primarily because the earliest consumption I learned was like...
And I'm also into anything CBD.
Right.
Like, mess with CBD. CBD is... The dumbest way I can explain it is the legal form of marijuana in a sense.
Yeah.
It's not an additive. You don't get addicted to it. It doesn't have what the marijuana has that gets you addicted.
Got you.
I use it like if I work out. It's amazing. Like if you got
that recovery, that muscle spasms
and all your inflamed muscles and all. I use that a lot.
Especially if you want to go back the next day. If you're doing those like 2 a days, or you get more intense in your regimen.
It relaxes you. And I always tell people like, yo, it's a body high.
Yeah.
I drink tea.
Got you.
It's a body high you get.
Yeah.
But then people hit me up, yo, we got you high, son. I'm like, yo, I'm relaxed as fuck.
I'm chilling, yeah.
And then they'll be like, but what about the one that's like weed? I'm like, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, fam.
It doesn't
That's what
exist.
this is for,
That's
okay?
What
this is for, yeah.
But I do tell people, if you're trying to make it happen for you, stop smoking weed.
Yeah.
Use weed as a reward.
Yeah.
Use weed as, I did my whole list of shit that I had to do today. I'm home now. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
Smoke your joint.
Right.
And get yourself a good night's sleep.
Right.
And I mean, you got 2 days off coming up. Smoke it. Go out. Enjoy it. But don't make that your crutch. Don't make that your goat. Like some people, it's true. You are more creative when you're on marijuana.
Yeah, I heard that too.
100%. You're super creative on marijuana because your brain is expanding or whatever.
Right. It's super stimulating.
Yeah.
Now.
So then it's like, but don't make that the excuse. Like, I can only be in the rap studio if I smoke. I can only draw if I smoke. I can only write a script if I smoke.
Yeah.
Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that is bullshit.
You just made up an excuse.
You did. Yeah, it's a fact.
And there are people, which I know a lot of them, that are very, very good at everything they do. Yeah. And they high all day.
All the time. I always look at Wiz Khalifa as like my biggest inspiration. I know people may think that's crazy because with the thing about it is like with certain other things you can't function.
Nah, man.
With marijuana you can function, except now you're so much more precise and you're moving slower, so you're more thorough. But Wiz to me is like probably like he's the Snoop of this generation. You know what I'm saying?
He is though.
But this nigga's always making money and he's always putting out music. You know what I'm saying?
And so he figured out what
and
he's
2
good
Chainz
at.
is another one. Like I look at these people who are super productive and have exceeded a high level of success in their craft because of, and in spite of still
bro,
being.
believe it or not, and I know you're smarter than a lot of people I know. You know how many people are in corporate America wearing a suit high as shit?
High as hell, which
High
is
as shit.
which is why let's be honest, they're the ones who wants to legalize it because they tired of having to go to Harlem to get a bag.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
Real
now
shit.
they like, I want to go to a store.
I want
where
to be
feel
able to lock my office and smoke a joint.
and be good.
And then head to this
can
meeting.
nobody bother me about it. You know what I'm saying?
And I know professional companies
Yeah.
that when they have a creative meeting, I mean, I'm not,
Yeah.
they send the creatives to the roof for 30 minutes.
We gonna reconvene in
And
30. Y'all
I
take your time.
promise you, and if you're listening to this and you're one of my peoples that knows I'm talking about you, I think that's amazing.
I think it is too, because you should foster creativity in
Yes.
any environment that you possibly can.
And legalize it
Yeah.
everywhere. Just, they're not going to legalize it till they figure out how to tax it and
Yeah.
make their money.
And let's be honest, legalize it from a standpoint of like, as black and brown people,
Yeah.
We've been getting arrested for small amounts.
Yeah.
And these laws that have make you a criminal. And then let's be honest, most of the people selling weed ain't rich.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So when they get locked up, they don't have bail money, so you sitting there.
Get by.
Yeah,
You doing
just
it to
doing it
get
because
by.
I need to get by. I don't have the best trade skills in life, but I know how to move this
Bro,
pack.
I know people
know?
that have regular job, and once
Yeah.
they clock out, they selling weed.
Yeah, and they
Why?
probably making way more money than they make
Because
at that
my
job.
job takes care of this, and
Yeah.
my weed money takes care of that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's the second stream of income.
legalize it, but make sure y'all take that money and put it to the public schools.
Facts.
Make sure y'all take that money and put it to public housing.
Facts.
That's what the weed money should go to, government.
Yep.
Don't take the weed money now and you're doing take all that money and
Yeah.
use it for the capital fixings and for
Yes.
the roads. Like the lotto. The lotto's there to help our public schools. Hey, y'all gonna legalize weed? First of all, please let all them brown and black folks out of jail who are in jail for weed.
Please, you need to either find a way to lessen them to just fines, or if they have already paid their price for that offense, let them out.
Let them out. You
You
got
know?
people in there who went in for selling a bullshit amount of weed,
Yep.
sitting next to a guy who just killed 5 people.
Yep.
That shit ain't fair nowhere.
Or a
dog.
rapist, or somebody who sold
So
heroin their
so
entire
now
life.
I went in there for selling a little bit of weed,
Yeah.
and then this crazy motherfucker gets into my head. I gotta defend myself. Blah, 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 blah,
Now
blah.
I'm catching more time.
6 months later,
Penalties in.
my head is fucked up.
Yep.
I'm thinking crazy. and
PTSD.
now the system done failed me.
Yep.
While we was in here originally, I sold weed, but now I'm
They
here
called
because
me.
I
They called me
stabbed-
with 10
I
grams.
stabbed 5 motherfuckers. So, like I said, if y'all gonna
Yeah.
legalize weed in New York completely, because I gotta rep New York.
Yeah.
Make sure you let them boys and girls out of jail for
Yep.
dumb shit that they in jail. And number 2, rehab them, man. Rehab them for real.
Please.
Like when you get them out of jail, like give them a chance.
Yeah.
At least give them the platform or the door to open to go get better. You know what I'm
Something.
saying?
Yeah.
But don't just kick them right out in the street.
Yeah.
Because usually I know people that get out of jail and they're gonna go through the same
Same
thing
thing.
they went to jail
Because
for.
all them doors close when you get out. You know what I'm saying? So it's you. Now it's survival of the fittest. Now
Yeah.
your survival instinct kicks in, and you
Yeah.
go with what you know.
That's
How
it.
to you hunt what you can. You know what I'm saying?
That's
what
all
you
you
can eat.
know. That's
You know
all
what I'm
you
saying?
know.
So, but I agree 1,000%, and I think that narrative should be pushed. And also, I want to, before we get out of here, I want to commend you on being such an advocate for who you are as a person and the things that brought you in. Immigration, because
Yeah.
we don't get a lot of people who support our causes
Yeah.
who aren't a part of the cause. We get a lot of people who are from the cause and they support it, obviously, because you're empathetic, you came from that. But as a person, I don't know, you first generation immigrant.
I know. Yeah, I came. I was
Yeah.
born in DR. We ended up in Venezuela, and then we came here to New York.
Dope.
So-
and it's dope because I know right now it's a lot of stuff going on
Yeah.
around with the border, and obviously
We
we
don't
get
need
into
no
our president.
damn border.
We don't need none of that.
I
And
don't
the
think
thing
peop-
that makes this country
Yeah.
great are the people that come into it and make
From
it better,
somewhere
because
else.
the people who are from here, as we see in Washington, they just run this like shit.
I've always told people America has no culture.
It doesn't.
They got no culture
It doesn't.
at all. Like there's no culture. Like I'm Dominican, and I know that during during Lent,
Yeah.
we eat sweet beans.
Yeah.
That's culture.
That's culture.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know that every Sunday when you wake up in a Dominican house, we're gonna eat mashed plantains with fried eggs, fried sausage,
I still haven't got a traditional Dominican
Come
breakfast,
on, you gotta
guys.
come hang
I
with
see
me.
the plates, but I'll be
You
sleep out here,
gotta
man.
come hang with. So it's like, yeah, man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that,
I just wanted to
man.
commend you on that
Thank
because you have a platform and
that's how you should
have
use it.
influence, and that's how you should
Yeah.
use it. And you mix both in. You know what I'm saying? You mix your fun stuff in with the serious stuff, and I think that amount of balance is tremendous in our
Thank you.
industry because you're not sensationalizing it or trying to do it for clicks. You're doing it because you really, really are serious
Like
about it.
I was a chairperson, the entertainers chairperson for Voto Latino, which is the focus is basically to get immigrants to register.
To register to
We
vote.
ain't even stressing you. We just want you to register to vote.
register, yeah.
So I was down with them for about 80 years, and it was pretty dope to see that.
Yeah.
We do that. I'm big on defending my neighborhood for where I grew up. When people ask me where I'm from Harlem.
Yeah.
I'm from Inwood. I'm from Washington Heights. So I grew up in all of that. So
like,
if I see them,
that's mostly uptown though, right?
If you're in Manhattan, Harlem is basically like, and don't quote me on it. Oh, it's 125th.
Yeah.
To like about 155th.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
On the west side.
Yeah, on the west side.
But then if you go down the hill, Harlem stretches to 145th.
Yeah, I live in Spanish Harlem, so every time I wake, like I'm on 116th, so every time I wake up, the first thing I hear, Spanish music, just if I leave my window open overnight, first thing I hear at 7 o'clock in the morning, Poppy right next to across, he be banging his joint too, he's dancing in the window and everything.
So I represent all that. So like when they try to gentrify my neighborhood where I grew up from, I'm in there, man. I'm showing people because some people might not even know what's going on.
Yeah, they just see people moving in and buildings being remodeled, and they just thinking, and
they don't know that they could have fought for that. They don't know that they could have stood up and stopped that. You know, so I'm big on that.
And that local legislature is the really policies at that level you could have been, but because what they're going to do is jack up the rent on the people who've been there for 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
I tell people is like, I know these politicians. They bug out when they see me hanging out at de Blasio's crib. Like, what the fuck you doing at de Blasio's
They probably
crib?
looking at you like, fan.
I'm like, son, I got invited. I get invited every year.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Like, I go to community board meetings, bro. Like, I really go to these things. And I'm not there so people can say, Boogs was here. I'm there to learn.
You a part of it.
And if I could put I could put a voice to some action, and fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But that's me. I love being an immigrant. I'm proud of being an immigrant because we came here from a country that it's a beautiful country, Dominican Republic, and Venezuela is a beautiful place, still is, but it's places that ain't got it together politically and human rights wise. We ain't got it together. Yeah. So yes, America ain't shit, but it is the greatest place to live.
Facts.
You see that? It ain't shit, but it's the greatest place to live because it's the only place in the world that gives you a chance.
Yes.
So when we see Agent Orange doing what he trying to do, we look at him like, you're from New York, bro.
Yo, of all places.
Like, New York don't.
Of all places.
I want him to get it and all his little puppets. Like, New York doesn't stand for anything he believes in.
Doesn't.
New York, doesn't stand for that. And on top of that, the real people that know what America's about don't stand for that shit either.
That's true. And I think if you don't live here in New York, you can kind of get wrapped up in what he does, and you think that he speaks for the majority. But moving here, the temperature is a lot different from that one in Washington.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Even the racist people in New York aren't as racist as he is.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because there's races everywhere.
Oh, most definitely.
There's brown, black, yellow, purple races. This shit comes in all colors and sizes. You know what I'm saying? But even in New York, the racist is not as bad as Agent Orange is. You know what I mean? But I'm proud to be an immigrant, and I will forever wave that flag. I don't care. Why? Because I was able to come here and clean myself up, as they say.
Most definitely.
Like, people bug out when I go, nah, man, English is not my first language.
And you
know what I mean? But Hugo Boss calls me, I'm speaking that good English. You know what I mean? I'm pronouncing everything.
And people don't realize, I think that's the epitome of it. Like, you're literally a living example of what, people move to this country for.
Good.
And the parents that brought you, you get what I'm saying? Like, they saw a better future because they might have lived in a particular place where diplomacy and open government and voting and rights weren't necessarily a thing. So they like, yo, the next generation got to eat. We got to do something. If we don't change the tide, our future generation is going to suffer the same thing.
And all it takes is one, man.
That's all it takes.
All it takes is one. But
that's all it takes.
Yeah, I'm proud of where I am, and I'm proud of where I come from, and I'm proud of what I'm doing, and I'm very proud of where I'm going because I figured it out.
Yeah.
I could say that. I figured out, like, you know what? You got to do for you and your loved ones.
Yep.
Everyone else has to, not will. They gotta fall in line.
Got to.
And if you ain't gonna fall in line, watch you in 3 months. We're not gonna be in contact.
You're not even gonna be chopping no more. You won't even see me on passing.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? And I tell people that all the time.
Is that a bad? Is that a bad thing?
No, you talking to a guy that follows people who I don't.
Right?
It's not a bad thing. Actually, I think it's a bad thing that people think it's a bad thing.
Right?
You get what I'm saying? No. Because that type of toxic mentality. I followed this person who I was on. I'll make this a brief story, but I followed this person on Instagram who all they posted pictures of themselves, pictures of them at the club, whatever. Unfollowed this person. I didn't think nothing of it because naturally, if I just go down my timeline and I see some bullshit, I hit the unfollow button. I don't because that's voluntary. That's voluntary. Every communication you make with anything or anybody is a voluntary thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, cut the clutter out of your life. And even if it's just somebody you following on Twitter, you don't even know why. And you unfollow that shit because they don't support nothing that's going on and not for a better cause. We at a point in time now where you have to have a cause in your life of some sort. I don't care if it's trying to cure MS. I don't care if it's you go to every cancer walk, but you gotta have some type of moral foundation for me to be involved with you.
I've asked people before, like, why you follow me? Like, why you follow me?
You should.
I asked them, why y'all follow me? And then, you know, I'm an influencer. What am I influencing you to do?
Exactly.
If I'm just influencing you to go drink every day, I'm not doing my job.
I'm not. That's one side of it.
Yeah.
You get what, if I'm not influencing you to get up and go, if I haven't influenced you to go do something or take action, then we don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's the same thing. And I love it and that's why I had to commend you on this before we wrap up. I had to commend you on this because I think it's so important for everybody to have a cause and the people you follow to have a cause. And with that being the case, before you get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you for coming through because I can't tell you how thankful I am. And we're gonna release. I might end up dropping this tonight or tomorrow morning. I'm gonna chop it up though because there's a lot of bits and pieces I think that I want to like really lament and highlight. But real quick before you get out of here, plug everything you need to plug. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need to say.
Yeah, man. You can find me on social media. Len Boogs on air. I'm trying to get that on air off of there.
Why you want to change that?
Guys want to
just Len Boogs. Because I was happy to just get D Royale. I ain't have to really do much. You know what I'm saying? I lucked up with that. You know what I'm saying?
I went from the crowd mover
L Boogs
to L Boogs. So I'm sticking to it.
And the N1 mixtape series, aka the crowd mover, aka that's what's up though.
Dude, corporate America prefers Len Boogs.
Yeah,
it sounds like a real person.
It does though.
But yeah, Len Boogs on air on social media. I'm on Power 105.1 FM in New York City. I am on Sirius XM. You might not understand me too much. I'm speaking another language, but I'm on there on 3 channels. Caliente. I'm on one that's called Flow Nation, which is more urban. And Viva is another channel we got, which is our pop channel.
Word up.
So I do that over there. And like I said, starting next month in January, thank God, thank the good everything, I'm going to go from just doing weekends to doing Monday through Friday. And if y'all follow me, y'all need to get right. I'm always doing stuff. Y7 Yoga, it's dope.
Come pull up.
Yo,
I still need to make it to you.
Son,
Yoga's tough, fam. Like I'm still
Y7 Yoga is for people who don't like yoga.
Okay.
That's the best way I can
relate
it.
to that.
And we vibing the Biggie in the background. We vibing the Tribe Called Quest in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always put up what I'm doing physically. I don't mind people joining me. And if y'all want to get with it, just come hang out. Come get a good workout in. People always hit me on the DM about relationships. I'm not really good with those things. But if you ask me about, hey, what happens when you and your wife get divorced and you got kids, I can help you with that.
I can help you with that.
Like, don't ask me for no love advice. I always tell people I'm a great parent, but I'm a horrible relationship person. But I'm a good guy. I think so.
No, most definitely. I think that's the benefit of being able to meet people in the industry, especially at this high level of media, is you get to see who people really are as a person. And there's very few good people in the world, let alone in this industry.
You or even anybody else looks at it and goes, "You're you, you're you." Like what we see in that picture. That's what I really that makes me feel so good.
No, it does, because a lot of people don't translate like that.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
Like
so
the other day, I was sitting in a Spanish spot by my lonesome, having a meal alone. I look at my damn Insta, whatever, and this kid that followed me is like, "Yo, but look at Boogs." He's just sitting there like a normal person.
That's Dolo waiting on his food, though.
Just look at him. That shit is crazy. So I wrote back to him. I'm like, that's me.
That's me. I'm out here. I'm out here.
Yo, bro, when I go back to the neighborhood, it's so funny. They see me walking down Broadway, and they be like, yo, you want me to walk with you? I'll be like, nah, I'm okay. Yo, bro, what you doing out here? I'm like, I'm fucking walking.
Like, what you talking about? Like,
I love that, man. I love It's weird because I've had a car for years. I got rid of my car like a year ago. Yeah. And I've been taking the train. Yeah. I think that's one of the best things I've done.
I think so. I would say this, since I've never had a car in New York, I think the best thing I did was not bring my car 100%. From Florida and elected to ride the train.
It's one of the best things.
It's one of the best things.
It's the best place to watch people. You learn this, that, and the third. But
it go down.
Len Boogs on air. Yeah, man, just shout to you, and I wish you nothing but luck with this, nothing but
most
greatness.
Fuck I mean,
luck. I don't want to wish you luck. I want to wish greatness.
Greatness, that's what I'm talking about right there.
You know what I mean? Because luck is like, it happened.
Yeah.
But when, positive vibes, and you got something good here, like I said, whenever you need me, I'll come sit up here with you, man. We can chop it up. And, at Len Boogs on air on all that social media, and I appreciate you having me up here, bro.
That's love right there. You already know what it is.
Of the year?
My song, let's do that before we get out of here.
Give me one.
Song of the year. Damn. Oh, man. Song of the year.
Give me whatever.
I would probably say, it's weird that I'm going to say this, but actually, I'm going to go with J-Rock Win. I'm going to go with J-Rock Win. That J-Rock Win, that's a powerful record. You know what I'm saying? And I know it didn't had that commercial.
Yeah.
But you know, we in the industry, so we understand.
No.
But yeah, what's your record of the year?
My record of the year, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck? It's from Jay-Z and Beyonce, and it's crazy. Production on it, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck?
I'm
Production
interested
was
now.
amazing.
Yeah.
They both went hard.
Yeah.
It's an adult hip hop contemporary album, by the way. Love Happy, amazing record.
That album was fire too.
album
I'll
was
be honest
fire,
with you, but that was one of the highlights off that joint.
That beat, the way she sang, everything was so. Because we live in a day and age now that music comes and goes so fast.
It does.
And then music is not thought out well
It's
anymore.
not. It's rushed. Yeah.
Like, you got a guy or girl doing a verse and they just said 4 words, but they repeated it 10 times. But that was a good one. J. Cole did great this year.
Oh man, that KOD album was crazy.
We can't even shut up without talking about what Cardi did this year.
And hands, what's so funny? I argue with people all the time because people give Cardi a hard time musically speaking because they don't look at her as a credible artist, but they like her style, who she is as a person. But I tell people sonically that album,
they did a good job.
They did a great job with that album. The sampling, the production, the lyricism, like she's better.
You said J Rock, right?
Yes, J Rock went. J Rock had an incredible album too.
Dope.
J Rock his album might get swept under the rug, but it was probably his best album, I would say.
From a New Yorker standpoint, the first thing we say about artists like J Rock is he don't sound like he from out there.
That's a fact. He don't sound. That's a fact.
In New York, we ain't shit. Because as long as you sound a little New York, we good with
you. We fuck with it. And honestly, I feel like that's why I think Cardi kind of embodies things. And I think one of the funniest things, and I'm going to say this too because I don't want to be offensive, but I think one of the reasons why Nicki Minaj isn't really that big anymore is, and not that I pit artists, female artists, but one of the reasons she's not as big is because she don't really hold down New York like she used to.
She became a star
every once a year, and she went off on her pop run.
You can't get mad at her,
and you can't because that come with the territory.
If you leave New York and all you're doing is LA, you become an LA person, and then you're doing different shit. You're hanging out with different people. You're not eating at the same place.
Nah, not at all. You're not coming. You ain't in the neighborhood.
We ain't hanging out with Robin no more. We ain't with Robin.
Exactly.
You know
and I think that's the toughest thing, and I think that's what Cardi B has done.
Yeah.
And even for I'm gonna go with my man's what's the kid's name? I'm thinking about so many artists right now.
Yeah.
What is his name?
This kid who's unfortunately passed. Triple X.
Triple
He had
X.
a good body of work.
And
they slept on the kid because they judged him on what he was pushing.
His personal, I think that in his personal life, and I think appearance wise, he most definitely did go through it with that. And I feel sorry for that too because that's such a controversial thing because that's an element of hip hop that we all don't like to admit. But media and everybody else kind of they contribute to it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? They feed into the narrative like, oh, he said something about this person. Oh, he got 100,000. He in the hood saying ain't nobody gonna rob him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we repost that stuff and we praise that stuff. And then when we see what happens at the end, we like, damn, y'all put the guns down, fam. Like,
real
we don't
shit.
need to. And I just feel like you can't have it both ways. You can't be sometimey on that and the severity of that. But he was a great artist. And last thing I'm gonna ask you before you get out of here, I'm trying to get him to come here and take this picture real quick. But one thing I'm gonna ask you about is Kanye West and Drake.
Yeah.
Is this a valid rap beef or is this just two emotional rappers just going back and forth? Because they both emo as hell.
It's just two R&B guys going back and forth.
You said two R&B guys? You didn't call them rappers though?
Nah.
It's just two R&B guys?
It is with those guys, I don't see them as like tough this and tough that. So it's like kind of weird.
Yeah.
I just think it's like some regular ass, someone's having a tantrum.
Yeah.
I got something to say today.
Right.
And I don't think it's a legitimate beef.
It's not,
at all.
fam. It's really not.
And then people got, where I come from, I don't want to be generic. Where I come from, beef is different.
It is.
I don't like you. You don't like me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where it stands. If I see you coming my way, I'm going to cross the fucking street.
That's a fact.
I don't even want to, you know what I mean? I
don't even want to be in the same club as you, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Beef is like, oop, had 2 drinks, threw the bottle at him. Not my fault. I was drinking, bro. So, they ain't got no beef.
No.
What they need, Kanye needs to, Kanye. I can say so much about him.
Yeah.
But I want the old Kanye back, the guy who made the news for making music, not the guy who makes the news because of what's going on in his personal, man.
Yeah.
Leave that shit to your personal. Like we don't care. And I know that sounds horrible, but like we're not married to the Kanye movement and the Drake movement and this, that, and the third movement because we care that at home. We care about your craft. You sharing your magic with us. You're sharing your art with us. Keep sharing that, because through your art and your magic, you stay true to who you are. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But if you're fighting a personal and you're fighting your art, you're not going to end up right. You know what I mean? Because your real self has a problem with your art self.
Yep.
And then your art self is not, taking care of your real self. Like, whoever the fuck you're on that Instagram, I remember I put up a thing before, and I got it. I forgot who I got the quote from. It was like, be about the shit you say you about.
Yes.
Like, be about the shit
Be
you
about
say
that
about.
shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I'm out here talking about I don't eat meat and I only eat this and I eat that and I work out and my kids, I love my kids. I got 2 kids, by the way, which I love to death, because that's my focus.
Congratulations.
You know what I mean?
That's a beautiful thing.
I don't count. I don't count. I'm non-existent.
Right.
I get up every day to live for those 2.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't count anymore.
Yeah.
My job is done for me. Like, I count for those kids. But what I'm saying is, like, live your truth, like, for real, man. Own your shit. Like, whatever you talk about, like, if you say I work out, if you say you eat this, if you say you're not into that, and da, like, really be about it.
Really be about
Don't just
that.
say, like you had said before, like, don't do or say shit for clout.
Yep.
Don't do or say shit because you know they're going to clap.
That's exactly
like,
what it is.
And I always preach to people, too, man. The person that should be clapping the loudest is you for yourself.
Yep.
And I got this one the other day, and I know you probably heard it, too.
Yep.
If you're the smartest person in that room, get the fuck out that room.
ASAP.
Right now.
ASAP.
Right now.
Soon, and I'm telling you, I'd say that, and with Kanye, I think he doesn't. I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I'm a huge Kanye fan, and I was even an advocate for his album because I feel like his album matched his what he was going through. Yeah. I'm a big fan of artists lamenting their life and making that presentable and helping whoever may be going through the same thing. Yeah. If he truly is suffering from mental illnesses, obviously we want to see him get better.
Of course.
But one thing we don't want to do, and I say this because you got to be delicate with depression and anxiety, and I don't mean to piss people off because I get a lot of pushback. Even this podcast early on, I still get a lot of pushback for this. If you're going through a mental illness, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but don't make it an excuse.
No, you didn't say that wrong. Don't make it an
make
excuse
it an
for
excuse.
your actions.
If I'm depressed and I'm anxious, you probably won't catch me on Twitter saying that I'm about to, if something happened to me, y'all gonna feel bad. Like, I don't work that way because that's not healing. You know what I'm saying? And you're not helping other people who are suffering from mental illness and have health issues with their minds, because if you're an example for them, they're going to do the same shit.
They're doing the same.
They're going to be like, damn, Kanye, this how you heal, right?
Before I went and got help, let me tweet it to see what reaction I'm going to get first.
As opposed to going and doing it and using my mental health illness as a testament to people to get better.
Prefer you telling me, yo, where you been at?
Yep.
Oh, I've been taking care of my shit.
I had to get myself together.
Oh, that's why we haven't heard or seen you?
Yep.
Yeah, I've been taking care of my shit in private.
Yep.
Now, share with me the triumph. Don't share with me like you just said, like, oh, y'all gonna be left out if I'm not here no more. Like, why are you giving people,
like, why are you doing that? Because
take that energy and go, hey, doc, I think I'm going through some shit.
I'm gonna take some time off. I'm gonna go away for a second, get my mind right, and come back. And I think that's one thing I can always appreciate about with Jay-Z, right? He does it in such a boss way. Him and Beyonce went through probably some stuff crazy that we probably never know. They was talking about that whole album was really like it was almost over at one point. So and then they went in Beyonce went on Twitter like, oh, spending the night alone, and I don't know what the Jay-Z ain't saying on pop. You know what I'm saying? It just went down, and then they came back to you like, we worked that out. This is what we doing.
As foul as it is, no one want to see you happy, and that shit is fucked up.
And people thrive off you being sad.
Yeah, so
you know
it's like
misery loves company.
Look what they did. They kept their mouth shut until they were grown enough and comfortable enough to put it on music, and then we figured it out.
Yep.
But by the time we got it, they already had fixed it.
Already.
You know, they already had taken care of it. The smoke cleared, as you want to say it, or according to what we got from them, we saw it as, oh shit, we ain't know nothing until you guys got right.
And it was so dope to see 2 separate albums because we've never gotten a marital couple like power force like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
I'm a Jay-Z guy. We've never gotten him to be that personal.
Ever. He had dropped a couple subs.
Yeah.
You know, and Jay-Z, early Jay-Z, he dropped some subs. You'd be like, damn, Jay-Z, you lost a kid?
Yeah.
Stillbirth, who you talking about?
You got somebody pregnant?
You know, exactly. We were like, you caught a body?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then later on.
I'm a stan when it comes to Jay-Z.
Yeah, I think I had to fall back. Because when I got to New York, I was a stan of Jay-Z too, but I was really critical of Jay-Z, so I had to stop critiquing him so harshly because New Yorkers don't go for that shit.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, shit, don't you do that now.
Yeah, like
we lost Biggie, and after Biggie, he the only one that
and I'm that guy who's still like, man.
He the only one that could sit not on Biggie's chair.
Yeah.
He could like stand around Biggie's chair.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what, let me take a picture in the chair.
Yeah.
So you can't do that to us.
Can't nobody else come
like I
for
said,
it,
I'm
though.
gonna stand when it comes to that, but I like the way they did that. But
Yeah,
again,
me
like
too.
let's
Yeah.
close out like you said.
Yep.
When it comes to the mental health, don't use it as an excuse. And I
Please.
like that you said
Because
that.
it prolongs it. It makes it worse.
And then you confuse the fuck out of people and you make
People
them
who really
believe.
care for you and want to help you, and you just keep telling them you don't understand. You don't understand. Watch me do what I'm doing. Watch me. And then you watch that person continuously hurt themselves and destroy opportunities for themselves. And you like, look, fam, I really want to help you.
Yeah.
But you got to want to help yourself at some point.
There you go.
At some point, you got to get tired of it and be like, I want to conquer my mind, my spirit, and my body. I need to conquer
I
myself.
tell people every day, it's you versus you.
It's
Every
you versus
morning,
you, every
every
morning.
time you wake up every morning, it's another opportunity for you to be better than that person that you was yesterday.
That's a fact.
And it's simple, man. Every day is you versus you. And I know I always close out my Instagram stuff by telling people, you know, positive thoughts, positive actions, positive results. Say that to yourself every day, and you'll see why I say that. And I also do one thing every day. When I wake up in the morning, I walk outside. I do say thank you to I say I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And you got to be thankful and grateful because you was able to wake up, you was able to get dressed, you was able to walk out your house breathing. And a lot of people can't do that every day. So I'm thankful and grateful. I do say it out loud 5 times into the air. I don't care. I say thank you to God, and I say thank you to the universe. So I do this every morning. But I do say positive thoughts means I'm going to go to this interview. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to get this fucking job.
Word.
You're going to get the job.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to get the job, you're going to wake somebody up that goes, why you ain't fuck with him? He's not. You know what? You come this
Come
way.
over here.
It works that way.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's happened to me, man.
Yeah.
It's happened to me from experience. So you put some positive energy out there, that shit comes back. The same way when you put that negative energy, that shit will come back. Karma comes back to you, good and bad.
Yeah.
So whatever you do today, it's going to come back tomorrow, next week, in a few years.
It's gonna come.
But then it's going to come and you're going to go, fuck.
Yep.
Or you're going to go, yeah. So make some wise choices and be true to yourself and own your truth, man.
Word
Take
up.
care of you and take care of your loved ones.
And that's what it is. That's what we're going to end it on. My guy, L Boogs.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. We got to most definitely get you back in here. And before I go, Real Spit With Royale episode 3. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DRoyale. Real Spit With Royale, link in my podcast, iTunes. The iTunes stores, you can find it. You can also catch it on Apple Podcasts. You can catch it on Stitcher.
Yeah.
Coming soon to Spotify. Google Play will be up by the end of the week. Also, the YouTube channel is active, so if you want to catch the videos, I'll break it down in snippets. So make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel. Same thing, DRoyale on all platforms. Real Spit Royale. Shout out to my partnership with the Listening Party, the creators of the Family FM app. Also, make sure you follow them on Instagram at Listening Party Presents and at Canal Street Market.
Yeah.